was the breakfast ball for the Pac-12. Remember this idea that the Pac-12 was talking about the idea, bringing out 4 a.m. kickoffs and ready to go. I joke, it was 9 a.m. kickoffs. But now the Pac-12 has indeed released a statement on why they didn't move those kickoffs early, saying our interested schools need more lead time for discussions with all relevant stakeholders. There's interest from Fox and there's interest from some of the schools, but need more time to plan properly. Leaf, did you give thumbs up on that? Were you really all in on this breakfast buffet football or what?
I'm all in. I'm all in on this. I think this is an opportunity for them on a platform to show a different audience what the Pac-12 is about. I'm going to give you an example, all right? My year, 1997, no one was talking about us. We were picked 7th in the conference. We had a 9 a.m. Pacific kickoff against the University of Illinois on ESPN2, which had just launched. We went out and played. We scored on the first play of the game on an 80-yard touchdown. Everybody started talking about this football team and this quarterback from Montana. I get an invite to the Heisman Trophy. No one from Washington State's ever been invited before or after. It pays to do something like this. They were looking for a solution. This was a positive solution. Maybe one team, especially Utah this year, maybe a 10 a.m. Mountain kickoff. I think it would have benefited them. I was all in. I'm disappointed that they didn't do it.
Come on, Ryan. Terrible, terrible, terrible. 9 a.m., the only thing I'm good for doing before 9 a.m. is checking Twitter. That's about it. I can scroll through my phone at a very high level before 9 a.m. You want to go tackle somebody at 9 a.m.? Now let's just talk the science and physiology behind it. Circadian rhythm, going to be off because a player's sleep habits won't be correct. Cognitive function, physical abilities, all of those are proven to be better afternoon. So it's going to end up being counterintuitive, gentlemen. You play earlier so you can be seen by a national audience, but while being seen by a national audience, you're actually playing worse. So not a good idea. Dead that. And ask any player. Pre-game meal is 3.5 hours before the game. G-Mac, right. What you eating at 5:30, bro? Cheerios. That's it.
Well, we had steak and eggs every time, whether we played at midnight or if we play at 9 a.m. It doesn't really matter. Same meal, and it was terrible every time. My thing is, if we're trying to make an emphasis in college football about player safety, kind of like what you were saying, Acho, how can you justify a 9 a.m. kick, which would involve a potential 4:30 a.m. wake-up call? I just think, to a certain extent, when we're trying to prioritize making sure these guys put their best foot forward every single week and make sure that they enter the game with the same level of health as when they exit the game, I'm just not sure playing at 9 a.m. really best suits them. As far as the platform they would have gotten, sure, it would have been fantastic. But then again, are we really valuing the platform over the individual players themselves? That's not something I can get on board with.
Yeah, I find that to be relevant, but it didn't affect us. You know, I didn't care what time we played. You know, you also could have told me we played 20 games a season rather than 12, and I would have been all in when I was in college.
True, but Ryan, you were a quarterback turned punt protector turned wide receiver, okay? You were not the average human being here.
I had a blast. I would have loved to see it, in particular teams that need to be seen. You know, we asked the question, what can the Pac-12 do to maybe give us more content, maybe 1 or 2 games of this a year. I didn't necessarily think it would have affected the play as much as other people would have. But I do believe this is something that's going to happen in the future, and we'll see it maybe in a year or 2.
Listen, I know why a lot of us on this panel, at least one, or you and I, Leaf, we both have 22-month-olds, so they're already up early in the morning. So, give us something to do other than word party or choo-choo train songs. So, all right, we'll wrap that up.